everybody, welcome back. Today is not going to be any analysis type episode. Today I want to focus on an emotion that is so important and so not talked about in trading that is actually scary. It's called FOMO, or fear of missing out. Now, why is FOMO so scary and why is FOMO so misunderstood and not talked about? Well, because it's an emotion. Like, we as traders, when we begin, we're like, oh, trading analysis is like 90%, psychology is only 10. Completely wrong. You gotta understand something. What drives you to click that button to sell? What drives you to click that button to buy? It's not your analysis, it's your brain. It's your brain that sees a setup and then it clicks. But what if your brain is not in control in that time of process? What do I mean by this? For example, you see the setup, but you get blinded because you get an emotion, because you're human. It's normal. We all get emotions, right? So if you're distracted and you're going to click that buy button or sell button, you're not focusing on your analysis right there. Because your analysis is one thing, is what it is on the charts. But it's not what drives you to think, because you don't have an analysis to an emotion. We can't have that. We're humans, not robots. We cannot control emotions, right? We cannot say, oh, I'm not going to have this emotion while trading. Oh, no. And that's a mistake that I see a lot of guys that talk about psychology that say that. Like, of course you cannot. You see, like, it's stupid to a point that it's even disgusting talking about it. Like, you cannot trade using emotions. Bro, you have to use emotions because they're always there, they're always present. Now, you can reduce it, that's one thing. If you talk about reducing it, that's one thing. Now if you say you can't stop emotions, that's just bullcrap, right? And you gotta understand that. But now let's begin to what is FOMO. FOMO, as the name suggests, is fear of missing out. Now, where can this happen? So fear of missing out. For you, example, you're in your charts, right? You see your analysis, you trust your analysis, and then a setup happens. You believe it's your setup. It follows your setup. I don't know. And you're going to click buy, right? You're going to click buy, but before you click buy, your brain starts processing, oh, what if I lose? Ooh, but did that happen? Did a slight thing happen? You see what I'm talking about? Like, you don't trust your analysis. You don't trust what is there. That is psychology part. So you see the analysis, but then your brain starts remembering, oh, you did not have the liquidity sweep, which is a thing that you don't even use, but your brain starts saying like bullcrap from behind your ears, like saying, oh, you did not have the liquidity sweep, you can't enter, and then you start hesitating, right? And that hesitating leads to missing out itself. Missing out itself is actually another back concept. Why is it a bad concept? Because not all traders talk about this, and missing out itself is actually sometimes even worse than fear of missing out. Just because you're hesitant to click that buy or sell button, right? And when you're hesitant and then the trade hits your T-pre straight away, you're like, oh no, I'm dumb. Why did I do this? And then you miss out. And then you start seeing that the price is actually kind of forming a setup, or you believe it's a setup, right? Because you're getting blinded. Your body, your emotions are taking control of your brain. You become a parasite of your own self. You can't even think about anything. You can't even trust your analysis. It's just you think there's a setup because you just lost one, and you think that magically a new setup of yours is going to happen, which is not the thing. Like, normally you have a setup once, maybe twice per day, once per session, if you get lucky even. Sometimes you don't even trade, especially during these months, Q4. You feel me? And like, once you miss out on a trade, that missing out, that feeling actually leads to fear of missing out. Because once you miss out on that trade is now gone. But then your emotions start taking control over your mind, and they start saying, oh, there's a setup for me. And why does it do that? Because it has fear that it's going to miss out on a thing that already happened. So your previous take profit was now just hit. Your previous take profit just got hit. But now your brain starts saying, ooh, there's some drawn liquidity right there that we could target. Or you start getting blinded. And that blindness leads to failure, because you start getting blinded as there's a setup which is not really there, because if you were a stable person, you would not take that setup. But since you're blinded by your own emotions, you are going to take that, and it's going to lead to a loss. But why did it lead to a loss? It was not your analysis. It was not your analysis that did this. It was your emotions. It was your emotions, your own self. Now, you can't take this off. There's no cure, but you can reduce it. And how can you reduce it? I have some here. It's like by relaxation, by journaling, by breathing, by getting off the charts. Those are 4 points that I marked off that actually helped me to take this fear of missing out shit out of the way. Because relaxation, what do I mean by this? You can meditate, pray. If you're religious, pray, relax, just breathe a little. For 3 minutes at night, just focus there at a wall, breathe, focus on that wall, nothing else. You can journal your trades. That is the best thing that you ever can do. I will post a video on how to journal trades, but it's simple. You got the setup. You put the entry, the take profit, the stop loss, all your emotions that you went through, the analysis, your setup, your targets, That's the journal. And that's really, really important. That's a really important thing that you have to do. Traders who don't journal never become traders. You gotta understand that. Other thing is breathing. What do I mean by this? I actually learned this from Max Howell himself. Max Howell, which is a trading psychologist that has really helped me through these years. And breathing actually helps. What do I mean by breathing? You're in the charts, relax, muscle tension. Because most of your emotions, they come from here. It's actually this point right here. I kind of forgot the name, but they come from here and then they spread. And once you start spreading these emotions, you start calming yourself, breathing, calming your muscles down. The emotions start spreading and they're not as focused. You don't get blinded as much as you would if you didn't do this. This is one thing. And the main thing, get off the charts. Your setup is now gone. All right, now there's another day. It's look, there's going to be days that you're not going to trade, all right? And in those days, people actually develop fear of missing out as well, because they're thinking that they're going to miss out on a trade that is not there present, because that is not the day. Not every setup works every single day. You got to understand that, right? And sometimes it's even for a month. In this month alone, past month in December, I only traded 2 days. 2 days in a whole month. That is 31 days. 31 days. I only traded 2. 2 days out of 31. Did I fear missing out? No. Why? Because I knew my setup was not there. I'm not going to get blinded. I'm relaxed. I get off the charts. I journal everything I saw. And I did not see the setup. I'm going outside, touch some grass. Easy as that. Fear missing out, you gotta understand. You miss out, you're fearing that you're going to miss out on a trade that is not there. That's the basic thing that there is. Sorry, my phone kind of blacked out, but let's continue. Why do people get blinding from fear of missing out? Well, first things off, it's an emotion. You can't control it. However, you can reduce it by doing the things that I mentioned previously. But complex sensor is that, talking about science right here, I'm not talking about trading right now. Talking about science, that psychology is a thing that is not yet developed. So our brain is so complex that our society, that our technology can't comprehend what is happening in our brains. We know a little things about emotions, we know how to control, how to give medicine to it, whatever, but we don't know what actually causes, what is actually the main factor. We don't even know what our dreams, why do we yawn? We don't even know that. You see, the brain is such a complex thing, which the brain controls your everything, especially your emotions, right? And those emotions are what leads to failures and winners. The thing, as I mentioned before, the thing that makes you click that button to sell or buy, to enter that position, is not your analysis, because your analysis is either there or not there. What makes you click the button is actually your mind. Why is it your mind? Well, because you're human, basically. What do you want me to tell you? You have your analysis, okay, you can trust it. You can have a base on your analysis, but now it's up to the brain, it's up to you to decide if it's good to take it or not. It's not up to the charts. The charts have done their thing. They have the setup. It's either you enter or you don't, because they leave without you. You know? And that's the main issue why people get blinded, because they don't understand that they're getting blinded, because they seem that it's normal. So they hesitate, they don't enter on that trade, and it straightly hits their TP. It's going to happen, and it will still happen. It still happens to the elite nowadays. And then they get blinded by their own selves. Their emotions become their parasites. Those emotions become their parasites to a point where, like, you can't even think properly. You're going to start imagining. And when I say imagining, I'm saying truly imagining. And if you're like an experienced trader, or you have passed through this through your trading career, you will understand what I'm talking about. Because it's literally imagining. I'm not even joking. It is imagining. Because you will see a setup that is not there present. And that's one of the main issues that people have, that they get blinded, that they don't understand. Because they think that it's normal. They get blinded, they get hallucinated that a setup is there, whether it's not. The TP got hit, your previous take profit got hit. So why the heck would you think that there will be another one waiting for you? Your setup is now done. There's nothing else to trade. You understand me? It's like, as I mentioned, you only trade today. As I mentioned before, this month I only traded 2 days. 2 days out of 31. Easy. You see a setup, you enter. You don't see a setup, you get off. If the setup is not there present, as it will fully, because sometimes there is going to be those issues, especially in Q4 and Q1. Right? January, December, February, those price action months can be a little bit lacking. Your setup is not going to be that strong as it would in like March or April, right? So you're going to get hesitant. And if you get hesitant and you don't enter and it's straight and it goes straight to your TP, no worries. There's going to be another someday. You feel me? It's that simple. That simple. So do not get blinded. And you gotta understand something. Something's off. So you gotta understand something. You gotta understand that emotions are a complex thing. Not even the experts that have they have psychology master's degree or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even them, not even they can describe what is the brain yet. Not even they know everything. So why would you think that you can control it, let alone cancel the emotions? You're human. You're not AI. You're a human. You have emotions. You cannot stop them. You can control them by doing the things that I said, right? And first thing and the main thing, understand. Because most traders, especially new traders, don't understand this. You gotta understand, psychology is everything in trading. The analysis, it's either there or not there. Simple answer. It's objective. It's either there or not there. But now psychology is another thing, especially this fear of missing out stuff. Because you'll start feeling emotions that you've never even seen before. Like, I'm starting to gag because it's literally, I cannot give you a clear answer, because the emotions that I felt through in my beginnings, in my first trading days, I have never felt those emotions before in my life. And I only felt them like once or twice, because I understood. I took control of myself and I understood, okay, there's something wrong, but my strategy is clear. I backtest, I'm good. But now there's something wrong. So it must be psychology. Where did I learn this? From reading ebooks about trading and about psychology overall, and especially Max Howell. I will mention him down below, but he's a really good trading psychologist that you should watch too. Like, I have some colored things right here. I have some yellow, some red, some pink, some green post notes here in my wall. I think you can see a bit of yellow right here. And it's just to coordinate me. I have one right here that is just about psychology. Every time I study, I have a little bit for psychology because it's really important. Of course, it's really important to master your analysis, but you gotta go through your psychology as well. You can't have your analysis right here and your psychology right here. It's supposed to be the opposite. The opposite, I mean, no, okay, I'm not going to exaggerate. Maybe like this. But your psychology has to always be on top because a clear mind makes the best trader possible. So, in overview, don't blind yourself. Remember, your emotions are parasites. They're not friendly in trading. You do not want them here. You cannot stop them. You can reduce them, however. And focus on the main things. Focus on the main things of life overall. Focus on every emotion that you have during life. When you're trading, it's going to be emotions that you never even felt before. But I mean, there's no setup. Get off. You're not missing out on anything. You studied your setup. You don't need to imagine that the RSI is overbought or oversold. You don't need to imagine that. See, this was a stupid mistake. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I think we're a little bit on time. But first trading funded account, I did not master my strategy at all, and I knew zero about psychology. Guess how many time it took for me to blow my account? 3 hours. Why is it 3 hours? First hour, I took a trade in the afternoon. Of course, I lost because I did not know what to trade. And then the next blowing of the account happened in like 20 minutes. Because I opened my phone, because I was working at the time, I opened my phone and I was like, how did I lose this? There was a setup. Wait, oh, there's another one forming right here. There wasn't. It was just me missing out on things that I think I saw, because I remember the RSI was oversold, therefore people are going to start buying, so I bought as well, and then I started dumping it again. I lost, and then I did the same thing. Lost, blow the account in like 20 minutes. See, so understand. And to really sum things off, because we're on time, sum things off, emotions are complex. Not even the best humans know what emotions are, but take them seriously. Don't make fun of them, because they will punish you in the future. Be a good trader, have a clear mind, and God bless you.